Buzzy Geduld. He owns more than 2.6 million shares of Bank of America Cougar Trading. He's the CEO there. Buzzy, good to have you on the phone. And just your initial reaction to these results. What do you think?
Good morning. No real surprise, especially after we saw J.P. Morgan. The results, I think, are pretty similar, and I think the second quarter, again, no surprise to anybody, was a tough one. Certainly in the cash business and M&A business, there was a real slowdown. And I think that this is still a story for the future, and it's a franchise story.
And you're going to be patient. I think Moynihan said, look, it's going to be several quarters before we get consistent earnings.
I'm going to be very patient. This is one company not dissimilar from J.P. Morgan or some of the other money center banks that have franchises that can't be replaced. And I think it's an economy story. And when the economy really perks up and we get back to a normalized economy in this country and around the world, I think that these companies are just going to knock the cover off the ball.
Eventually.
I think it's a longer story, yeah. And as I said about a year ago, this is like a 2 to 3 year story, and I still believe that.
What do you think, Buzzy? What do you want to see Moynihan do with the cash, though? You want him to raise the dividend? You want him to buy back more shares? What do you want to do as an investor?
Well, of course, as an investor, I'd love to see the dividend raised, and I'd love to see share buyback. But at the end of the day, I think he's got a large company, and he's got to figure out the best way to manage it. I think that he said it all this morning, and I thought he was quite good. I think he underplayed the future. I think he's going to deliver. I don't think he made any promises they can't keep. I think he said the team is working on how to make up a 10 or 11% shortfall because of all the new regulations. And I think that whatever money they're going to lose in the short term because of the new regulations, that'll be spread across many businesses. And I think at the end of the day, they'll make up more than that loss.
All right. Maybe they'll stop becoming one of the more hated banks among the public, Buzzy. But listen, I know you also you obviously have shares in other companies. I know you sold out of RIM. You just told me that you actually bought back, though, into that company because of Apple. Tell me what's going on there.
Well, basically, there's an unknown with Apple with the problem they have. So we bought RIM for a trade, basically. We thought that this might help RIM in the short term, but I think the longer-term story for RIM is still they've got to come up with a sexier product.
Well, I was going to say, that's why you sold out, right? Because you said they just don't have a sexy product vis-a-vis Apple.
I think the world is moving forward. I think Apple and HTC, there are all kinds of products out there now, and I think RIM can't stand still.
All right, Buzzy, we'll leave it there. Good to talk with you. Great to have you with us. Buzzy Geduld, the CEO of Cougar Trading.